On the changeup where it feels good. You see the 9 ERA in spring training. I do not worry about that at all. This guy knows how to pitch. Since being a Dodger, pitched in 100 games. He's 10 games over 500, and we know he knows how to make adjustments. He'll make them today and continue to get ready for the season.
It is third Stills updates. As far as the pitching today, it's Kenta Maeda. You talked about off at the top. Well, a couple starts so far this spring. He's given up 3 runs in 3 innings. The numbers, as we always say, not necessarily what you're looking at, but what are you looking for regardless of the numbers today?
I'm looking for a guy who can throw strikes to both sides of the plate, that he has a feel for his changeup. That changeup really was an outstanding pitch for him last year. 4th in the major leagues as far as performance for that pitch. So gaining a feel for that in combination with, of course, his great slider and fastball, that's what he's trying to build.
First man that'll face the old Dodger, Dee Gordon. He's getting ready to start his 2nd season in Seattle for this Mariners club that is kind of rebuilding. They traded off a bunch of pieces in the offseason. Their GM, Jerry DiPoto, always making moves. He made 9 trades this winter. But Gordon, one of the guys still in place, moved back to his natural position in the infield this year after playing center last year. Mariners were 89-73, but finished 14 games out of first. Houston and Oakland so good a year ago. And taking a bit of a step back as far as the personnel with the moves they made this offseason, trying to build for the future. Longest postseason drought roll in major American sports right now. Surprising to you?
That's a little bit surprising.
Yeah. Comes in 0-2. Gordon spoils it. Had the 116 win team 2001, which is an American League record. That's the last postseason trip.
That was quite a team. Think about the city as such a high quality city, and then you don't think of them kind of being home of a losing baseball team. One that has struggled for sure, but yeah, for not that long.
It looked like last year maybe the team to end that skid. They were 20 games above 500 in mid-June. They were in first place in the very difficult West, but below 500 the rest of the way. As Houston got things going as you knew they would, and then Oakland got red hot and wound up winning the wild card.
We mentioned Jerry DiPoto, and he never really stands pat, always making moves. I think in his tenure as a general manager, he might lead the league in transactions. He is always moving and shaking pieces.
9 trades this winter. Got rid of 9 veterans. Maeda to Gordon with a 1-2, and it's foul.
I am always available. My door is always open. Plaque in his office, probably. We need to make a deal. Call Jerry.
Kenta Maeda, about a month shy of his 31st birthday. Getting ready for his 4th year in the majors. Winding and dealing another 1-2, and getting Dee Gordon with a high fastball to get the first out of the day.
It's a great example that the results were good. Kenta, after throwing this pitch, hung his head because you see the fastball target inside, and then all of a sudden it leaked back over the middle of the plate. It was at least up, and it got by Gordon, but you see Kenta drop his head right there and go, oh, that was not where I wanted it.
So now the All-Star Mitch Haniger misses with the first one, 1-0. So that's kind of backwards from what we're talking about, where don't worry about the ugly lines so far in spring, right? Because the process may be better. That's the opposite of that. He got the strikeout, but missed his spot badly. Bouncing ball to Daniel Castro, and for Maeda, 2 up and 2 down.
I've talked about it a lot, execution thinking over result thinking, because you can get lulled into sleep to thinking you're pretty good if you don't really watch your execution. You're watching the results and the line score, and it's coming up positive, but you aren't hitting your spots. You better get in the bullpen and continue to grind on executing, because it'll catch up with you.
One of the offseason additions, Edwin Encarnacion, over from the Cleveland Indians. And that's kind of why you say, wow, he gets a strike on that. But that's kind of why you say, yeah, they're kind of rebuilding, but still bringing a guy like Encarnacion, who has hit more home runs and driven in more runs than any player in baseball over the last 7 seasons. Maeda brings him 1-1. Encarnacion watches it catch the corner for strike 2.
Well located fastball right there. Missing with an up changeup and an up fastball that he had a gift strike call on. That one was well executed. Best weather of the spring today.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
High 60s, light breeze. Yesterday was in the 60s, but the wind was whipping into the 20s. Miles per hour. Another 1-2. Encarnacion watches it miss. 2-2. I think they're kind of saying the same thing back in Los Angeles, hoping weather gets a little more consistent. Opening day's not far off. Too much rain lately.
Very wet spring here in Arizona, but especially back in LA.
Two pitch. Encarnacion tries to lay off, but can't. Maeda gets a strikeout. Bookend K's on a 1-2-3 first. We are off and rolling in Glendale. The Dodgers coming to bat for the first time after this. It's an infield work. Walker Buehler's live batting practice that he threw that Alana talked about, but folks getting more and more fired up as opening day approaches. To Maeda back to work, misses with his first pitch to Domingo Santana. And now home 1-0. That misses, ball 2.
A lot of California license plates around. People drove in yesterday, got here for the night game, spend the night, see the day game, drive home tonight probably. Let's stick around for the game in Scottsdale. It's only about 25-30 minutes down the road. The game tomorrow.
Three and one. It's a perfect road trip, right, from Los Angeles, from Southern California.
Especially to come to this facility and this weather. Earlier in the spring, we're taking a little bit of a risk. We're going to catch some good weather.
Might even catch some snow beginning of spring training.
Exactly.
Full count.
I was walking around the complex this morning a little bit, ran into Stan Kasten, and we were talking about just some of the worst weather we've seen in probably our time in baseball as far as for spring.
Not today.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's fun now to see, like last night and again today, the tailgating to start beginning.
Yeah.
Pulling into the parking lot and see the people out with their barbecues.
You can smell opening day approach. Now 19 days away. Ah, yeah, there's the smell. You can see smell, folks.
When do we get smell-o-vision?
Right now. Santana on a 3-2. Hits it hard, but high in the air. Into that bright sunshine looks Alex Verdugo. First out of the second. So Maeda able to battle back from down 3-0 to get Santana. And in a 1-0 game, up comes Ryan Healy.
If you're Kenta Maeda, you had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the first, 2 strikeouts, both swinging. Now you get a pop-up to center field, but you're still out there kicking yourself. His fastball location is not where it's at. In between innings, I'll bet you he was sitting on the bench, kind of toweling off, having a sip of water, thinking, I need to get my fastball down. You see that one right there, missing low. Trying to make the adjustments, hit your spots. And fastball command is the foundation of everything for a pitcher, especially with Kenta using that slider and great changeup.
And we just mentioned 19 days until spring training. Have you reached the point as a pitcher where when it's not dialed into where you want it, you start getting a little nervous because you can kind of see the light at the end of the spring training tunnel?
You do get a little anxious. In the beginning, it's about getting in shape, getting feel for the game again, the speed of the game, having the hitter up there and maybe flinching a little bit if the ball's hit back at you. But now, when you start counting the outings to your first outing in the year, hey, I've got 3 side works left and 3 games. I got to get it going. It's not talked about nowadays as much as years ago, but you know, the dead arm phase, the dead legs from working out and being on your feet more in spring training.
Driven to center, Verdugo, plenty of room.
But guys are getting past that now. Guys that are building up and are on a regular schedule, they're past the dead arm and, you know, the ballistic stretch that you're now putting your arm through at full go. The leg workouts and building up the endurance. You're not waking up in the morning and stiffing the calves or stiffing your quads. You're waking up feeling pretty good, and so you're starting to feel like I need to put it all together now.
Wyatt has retired the first 5 and delivers to Jake Fraley with a breaking ball that drops in. Strike 1. Fraley came over in a trade this offseason from Mike Zunino over from Tampa Bay. That's a good looking pitch, falls off the table, and it's 0-2.
That changeup Kenta just threw was 4th in the major leagues last year. Huge improvement from the year before. His changeup was below big league average in 17. But in 18, it's like that, and it looks like it's returned in 19.
Yeah, back-to-back pitches, getting back-to-back swings and misses from Jake Fraley with that new grip of his. And even without his best up, 6 up, 6 down. We're off. Top 3, the Dodgers in front, and a Kike Hernandez home run. Kenta Maeda has retired all 6. Faces Tim Beckham to get this 3rd inning going. Beckham goes after the first pitch, and it's foul. 0-1. Started his career in Tampa Bay. And in fact, former first pick of the draft. From Tampa Bay to the Baltimore Orioles, where he got his first significant opportunity in the majors, and then signed a 1-year contract with Seattle this winter. One ball, 1 strike. You're having a heck of a time with that window today, huh?
Yeah, the window just wants to close on me. I don't think it wants to hear me on the air. I'm going to shimmy it.
You do that. 1-2.
We go for a while. I'm doing some other stuff.
What are you doing?
I just put a little 3x5 card folded up next to the window to hold it back.
You just, that giant window there,
yeah.
You're prying that open with a 3x5 piece of paper?
Well, I'm not prying it open. I'm stopping it from having the wind blow. That, or we're going to have to take Krajewski off statistics.
Put him, wedge him under the window. Castro throws Beckham out. He's been bulking. I don't know if he'll fit under the window at this point. Strong. Pick him up. Put him over here.
Yeah.
Jam him in there.
I thought you were going to sit next to me today.
Kind of like kick him in there.
Yeah. He told me last night. He texted me. I said, I think I'm going to sit next to you today. Like, he's not even here.
He's not.
Could have been holding the window.
Yep. Instead, he's just over there doing stats. Jose Lobaton. Watches one miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Those numbers last year between AAA and the majors with the New York Mets. He's bounced all over the place in his career. They're now fighting for the backup catcher job. Mariners got Omar Narvaez from the White Sox, and he figures to be the starting catcher with Mike Zunino gone. 2-1. There's that changeup again, which has been by far his best pitch today.
Great arm speed, unbelievable late action.
Went back to it to finish him off. He's doubled up on it a few times to get strikeouts.
If you have a pitch that is in the top 10 in the major leagues as far as its rank of effectiveness, you can tell hitters it's coming, and it's going to be hard to hit. Kenta Maeda's sliders like in the top 30. The changeup was number 4 last year. The fastball effectiveness declined a little bit from 17 to 18, something he definitely wants to work on.
Fires to Braden Bishop, ball 1. And when you're talking top 10 in baseball, top 30 in baseball, that is ranked by, if you tuned in last night, might have heard us talk about pitch values on Fangraphs. And so basically every good outcome takes you a bit above average. Every bad outcome when using a pitch drops you below average, and you put it all together, give you a number to create a pitch value. Off the end of the bat and a worm burner to second. That will do it for the Mariners here in the 3rd. The Dodgers in front 1-0 as Maeda has retired all 9 that he's faced.